y'all, it's Hope at Crafty Hope, and welcome to ICAD number 47. This is part of my Index Card a Day contribution. The challenge ran through June and July. It's been the 11th year of ICAD, though this is only my 4th or 5th year participating. Like I said, it was in June and July, but I am still working on getting these videos up, so I hope you're enjoying them. Now, it means index card a day, and basically that is just decorating an index card and using the prompts if you want to. The prompts on this day were record player and label. I did not care for either of those, so I am not using them. Instead, I am just going with pure intuition and what brings me joy. And I'm going to tell you, the things I did on this card all brought me a lot of joy. So I am starting this card with the way I like to start most of them, and that is with some collage. I'm just using miscellaneous papers, lots of ephemera and book pages and whatever from my stash, and I'm gluing it down with an Uhu glue stick. Y'all see I'm fiddling with that one there because, yeah, that was the end of my glue stick, and I had to go ahead and take care of that before I tried to use it again empty. So once I covered my card with my collage, I'm putting down a little bit of Dina Wakley gesso. I think I was getting to the end of this one, maybe. Not positive, but I just put a little bit of that down, and I'm going to use, I think, my brayer to spread it around the card. I really like using a little brayer to do it. It gives a bit of texture, even though the gesso itself adds a great surface for painting on or drawing on or whatever you're going to do. The brayer gives it just a little extra something, and I really dig that. So I use it often. So once I got that all over my card, I think I'm going to dry it real quick. It's not real wet, but I'm going to go ahead and dry it. Now, what I really wanted to do on this card, since I was going promptless, was to do some neurographic doodles. I've done this in a couple of my previous ICADs. This just involves making some shapes on a card with a pen or a pencil, whatever. I am partial to using Sharpies, and then drawing a bunch of lines that all kind of intersect throughout the card. Like I said, this is the way I've been doing it, and I really enjoy this. Now, where the lines cross, where you've got those angles, you're going to round them. Now, it takes a little practice, but you can kind of see, I know my hand's kind of over it, but especially where those 90-degree angles are, you're just going to add a little bit of a curve in there. So those kind of it's kind of a bulky, it's supposed to look like where synapses and neurons, I guess, meet in your brain. That's where neurographic doodles come from, the term. I've got a couple other videos. There's probably a ton more information you can find on YouTube. Just do a search for neurographic. I'll try to remember to put the term below so you can get the spelling of it. But once I get my intersections all kind of bulked up with that little bit of a curve to them, I like to go back over my lines just a little bit to make sure they're straight and kind of consistent. I don't like, you can kind of see there, some of them are kind of thin and some are thicker, so I am just bulking these up, and I'm using y'all, this is a standard Sharpie. I think it's actually called a fine point Sharpie, even though, because, there's the chisel point and the thick ones and the big ones. This is the fine point. And I'll probably come in here in a little bit. I think I do with this one. I like to take an ultra fine Sharpie to refine it even more, to make sure that those bumps are a little smooth and all of that. And I'm going ahead and showing you all of this. It's a lengthy process, but y'all, when you're doing this kind of doodling, for me, it's meditative to some degree. It's relaxing, and I really enjoy it. So yeah, here I'm coming in with that ultra fine Sharpie, and mostly it's where I've made those little curves. I'm trying to just make sure there's not some bumps and lumps in my lines or on those curves, and it all connects real cleanly. So I'm going to play some music for a second, I think. Let me look at this video real quick and see how much more of this we've got. I don't know that we have a whole lot more. So yeah, I'll talk for just another minute. If you do have any questions about this or about ICAD, if there's something I forgot to explain, please go ahead and ask below. I'll answer what I can. The link actually to the Daisy Yellow site, the originator of ICAD, is below. So she has lots of information about ICAD if there's something that I can't answer. All right. So I am coming in. I've just got a set of, I think it's 48 watercolors, and it's just some watercolors. Whatever watercolor set would be fine. And I am going to paint rainbow colors from left to right across this card. So and really, I just wanted to play with my watercolors, I think. So in each of these spaces, I am going to watercolor. Now, a lot of cases I mix this up. Sometimes I will put a little watercolor down and then do the doodles over top. Sometimes I'll doodle and then or I'll do the neurographic doodles and then doodles inside each of those spaces and then watercolor. And sometimes, anyway, there's a gazillion ways to go about using these doodles. This is just the way I'm doing it this time. Most of the time I add additional doodles inside those spaces to give it more texture, but I knew I was recording this today, and this whole process of adding all of this kind of spectrum of rainbow colors in here took a little bit of time since I was changing the colors so much. So I kept it kind of short with this because the next step is another thing I love, and it's going to take a little bit of time too. So yeah, I hope you're enjoying this. But this card got me a little excited. Like I said, I went off prompt and just kind of went with my heart and what I was feeling. A lot of times I'll just mix media, throw the collage down, and then whatever paint at it and whatnot. But this occasion, it called for some neurographic doodles and some watercolor. So there. Isn't that gorgeous, y'all? Oh, I love it so much. So I'm going to dry that real quick, and then I'm going to draw. So I'm using another Sharpie product. This is one of the new Sharpie gel pens. I promise I'm not endorsed by Sharpie. I just enjoy their products. I like the black ink of it and that it's permanent for the most part. So what I'm drawing, I've been making these like flower fairies on and off, and that's kind of what I'm going with. This one's not actually a fairy. She doesn't have wings, but she's just kind of got a crown of flowers in her hair. And I'm drawing on a piece of book paper that's got some gesso and coffee stain on it. So when I make these flower girls, I start by drawing a line basically of some different flowers. It could be the same flower, but I like to do different ones. And then I add in eyes and eyebrows. And then I'll add, yeah, see, I'm going with those eyes. And then I'll do a nose and then a mouth. And then I kind of do the shape of the face. So I know this isn't how you're supposed to draw faces. I just kind of do it intuitively and hope for the best. So I'm adding a few more touches around her face so it doesn't feel so flat. And then I'll add her a neck and some shoulders and then a collar. And from there I'm going to, I was contemplating wings, y'all, but then I realized that this card, isn't super big. I'd already made her quite big, so I'm going to stop there and cut her out. So this is kind of fussy cutting, but not really. I'm leaving a little bit of space on the outside and not getting every little detail cut out. I just, I've said it before. I'll say it again. I don't have that kind of patience or skill. So I get a little bit of fussy cutting in, but it's not overkill. I can't get right on the line. I'd probably end up cutting myself. I am a clumsy girl. So I toyed with doing her up and down. I've done another one of these flower fairies that way, and I decided to just do her there on the edge, or that left side in the landscape orientation. And I'm using my Oohoo glue stick again to glue her down. And then I'm going to get out a sticker sheet, y'all. This is a sticker sheet that came as part of a set from some other stuff that I got at Hobby Lobby. And I'm going to get to it in a minute. I'm going to futz around trying to get her glued down. But it just says, y'all, and it makes me laugh. It says, I'm sorry for the things I said when it was winter. Because this is like a summer set. And this makes me laugh because I don't care for cold weather very much. I do live in South Alabama and it is warm much of the time. And when it gets cold, it is cold. So, I was trying to show you that it had a word. I don't know. Oh, it says winter on the side. Oh my gosh, I forgot it had said that. So I'm going to put that sticker down and then just go around it with that Sharpie pen to highlight it. And that's going to be it for this page, y'all. If y'all have any questions about any of this, like I said, ask me, please. Make sure that you have subscribed and keep on crafting on. Thanks for watching. Bye.